was all just for fun, and I had everything, and I just sort of tripped it all away. Life was like a roller coaster, and I was up high for most of it, and then the next minute I just be down on the ground again. I tried counselling, but changing the scenery just didn't change the situation. Everyone said it would make me better, but it never really did. It was an addiction.
Okay, honey. So, this is just a counselling session, so ignore the camera. We're just doing that so I can analyse anything that needs to be analysed. So, how are you today? How well have you been this week? No, I've not seen you for 2 weeks, have I?
I've been clean for 3 days, and then on Friday, they were there. My friends, they came round, and they're the ones who got me to do it.
Okay, so, and you felt like you needed to take it, did you?
I didn't feel like I couldn't control myself. It was like there was something else that was making me do it, and I could just see myself picking it up and then taking it. And I just wanted to stop it. I just couldn't.
Right, so the voice of reason was buried underneath the addiction. And when did you first realise it was an addiction?
I don't know.
Like, really a while back, or... Because we've been doing these counselling sessions and we've kind of realised, is it when this counselling session started?
I think it was a bit before that I realised I wasn't myself, and that whatever I did wasn't right.
Okay. And what were your body telling you when the crack cocaine was there?
Half of it was telling me to take it, and then the other half was saying don't do it. Like, my mind was telling me not to, but I couldn't physically stop myself.
So at least we're getting somewhere with the mind telling you that you don't want to do it, and then half of you saying no. And the thing is though, crack cocaine is one of the hardest drugs to get off. So these days where you are clean, they'll get bigger and they'll get longer and you'll get cleaner, but you shouldn't go back to it. But it will always happen. It's an addictive drug. And this is why I'm here, because you need to not tell me lies on things. And you say that these are your friends that came around on Friday that you had it. Are they your friends? Let's think about that. Are they your friends?
They give me things that make me happy, and that's what friends are supposed to do.
So friends giving you something that's happy, which is signified as crack cocaine, are they proper friends, do you think? Or are they just people that you know?
I did have friends, but they sort of left me when I needed them most. And then I guess I chucked everything back in their faces as well. But then these people, they were there. They were the ones that supported me. There was no one else there for me.
So they were the ones that gave you the drugs?
Yeah.
So they were the ones that brought you to this place?
When you put it like that, it makes it sound like they were only in it for themselves and nobody else, because they were all drug dealers and they were the people that got into the mess themselves, and then they wanted to earn more money.
Exactly. So they were the ones, the people that you know, the ones that were just using you for your money. And that's harsh in this counselling session, but I need to make you clear of the fact that they are not friends. Friends are people that are there for you. Friends are people that will help you. Friends are people that are always there. Friends aren't there just on a Friday night to get high. Do you know what I mean? Yeah?
We've all had those days where we go home and we just want to cry, and you sit with your parents or go out with your friends to cheer you up. But imagine having a year's worth of those days pushed into the space of one day, but for every single day that you're alive, or since the addiction of drugs started. Only, when you go home, you have no one to talk to. As a young adult, maybe you just smile at your parents. Maybe you don't even look at them. You just walk up the stairs, sit on your bed, and stare at the blank walls. You sit in the dark, not moving for hours. You don't want to go outside because the shadow of the person you used to be is following you around like a ghost, and you don't want that reminder. Or you're afraid the drug dealer who gave you those drugs is lurking around the corner, so instead, you just stay in the dark. You don't even dare look in the mirror because you don't see yourself anymore. You don't see what everyone else sees. You just see a monster. You feel the pain, the hurt that you've caused yourself and everyone else around you. It all just haunts you. You have no control over your own body. Taking the drug has become that addictive that you don't know how to get out of it anymore. It all started so innocently. You think each time is your last, but then comes back all the guilt, so you go again. After the thrill of the high, you think, oh God, what have I done? And then straight away, you want more. It might all seem like fun and games, but the only place it gets you is hell. Don't ruin your life or the innocence of your adults by giving them the drug. Don't be the one to blame.
So these days when you are feeling lonely, when you are feeling upset, when you're feeling scared, nervous, when you're feeling on your own, you have my number. We can do counselling sessions every day if that's what's needed. But we can try and get rid of this feeling. These feelings are from the drugs. Okay? So, is there anything else that's troubling you?
No, I've been really proud that I've been clean for 3 days. It's just when you relax. I've been in that place before and I don't want to go back.
Okay. And what we need to think now is that how proud you felt when you were clean for those 3 days. Those 3 days need to ring in your head, not the having the drug and the feeling of the guilty and having it and then the cascading into it. You don't need to think of that anymore. You need to think of how proud you were for those 3 days, because when it's 5 days, when it's a week, when it's a month, when it's a year, when it's 3 years, how proud are you going to feel? Where you were, like the place that you were in, and how that's a bad place, and how you never want to be there, and then you need to focus on the proudness.
See, I had everything before, and now I have nothing. And I just want to prove to those people that think I'm stuck at home that I can come out of this when I was stronger than just a girl taking drugs.
You're a fighter.
Let him know that you know best, 'cause after all you do know best. Try to slip past his defense without granting innocence. Lay down a list of what is wrong, things you told him all.
So in PSE we've been doing about drugs, and we kind of realised through all the research that we did that anyone can really get into drugs, whether you're rich, poor, you've had a good life or a bad life.
Yeah. Drugs can be like, we've realised that drugs aren't a good thing to take, but people think they are when they take them because they feel good about themselves and they can like see themselves from a different perspective. But when you come down from the drugs, it's really bad because it causes you to be sick and you have insomnia and illusions like things crawling under your skin when they're not really there.
Long time and short time things. People go to like every length to get them. They steal, they attack people.
They sell everything they own, like the furniture, so they live with nothing.
Because they just want the drug and that's all that's on the mind.
Or they even turn to drug dealing themselves.
Yeah. And what it can do to your life is that it just turns people away, it just pushes family away and things.
Yeah, and then you could like end up losing your kids, the kids could go into care, or you just have like literally no one and you constantly feel alone, so it's probably not the best thing to do.
So that causes depression, which makes you want the drug even more. And we've kind of realised that people think that they're dependent on the drug, that the body needs the drug, but really it's just a really strong addiction. Because they really like the way that they go up and feel nothing about their situation, but then on the come down they obviously want more because they want that feeling back again.
Yeah, it's all in their head really, they don't really need it, they just think they do, or they do it to look cool.
Yeah, usually some cases are peer pressure cases where there's a role model and you look up to that person and take the drug.
Or they just give it to, like the person we studied, they had a role model in their life and it was their uncle, but he was the one who gave her the drug.
So there's a lot of different situations, but you're never safe from drugs, so our advice to you is be careful.